Now, what Pablo did, which was pretty cool, was he commented on one of my old videos. Okay, so I posted a video a while back, probably a couple years ago, and the song is called "On the Concrete We Roam."
The streets are so cold, don't know where to go home.
Afternoon, everybody. It is Demise Music Entertainment here, and we got some crazy earthquake weather going on here in California. It was 100 degrees. Today, it's like 80 something, and it's sprinkling now. Y'all saw what's going on with Hurricane Harvey over in Texas, right? So, in California, what we're known for is earthquakes. So the next big one, the next big earthquake that happens, everyone believes that we are fucked. And hey, if we're fucked, we're fucked, all right? But other than that, I just want to give a shout out and a thank you to Pablo from, I believe you're in Argentina, right? I'm not sure. I'm driving right now. I can't pull out my phone and look, but Pablo is a musician, and he's out there in the South America, and I've seen some of his videos. He has some pretty good songs, man, some pretty good music, and some pretty good videos. So go check him out. It's Pablo DeMode, or DeMode, D-E-M-O-D-E, so Pablo DeMode. Now, what Pablo did, which was pretty cool, was he commented on one of my old videos. Okay, so I posted a video a while back, probably a couple years ago, and the song is called "On the Concrete We Roam."
The streets are so cold, don't know where to go home.
On the concrete we roam. So it's basically a song about homelessness, okay? If you guys don't know, Demise, Derek, me, I hung out with homeless people for about 1.5 to 2 years. It was cool. It was a very eye-opening experience, and the homeless people basically were just saying like, "Hey, you're a really cool kid. Stop hanging out with us because look at us. We have addictions. We have alcoholism. We're addicted to cigarettes, and one of the main ones that was the worst, that I've never friggin' smoked or snorted in my life, but I used to sell it, was crystal meth. Okay, methamphetamines. Now, methamphetamines, crystal meth, is one of the dirtiest drugs out there, man. Like, it makes people's teeth rot away. People stay up 4 nights, 5 nights in a row. They stay up for weeks. They stay up all day, all night. They're just tripping balls, man. You know what I mean? Like, it's a really, really bad drug. I have some personal close friends of mine that do crystal meth, and some have gotten over that addiction and some have not. But it's basically one of the worst ones out there. It's like in the leagues of heroin, and heroin is really bad too. So they're really dark drugs, man. And I've sold crystal meth for a while, not more than a year. But you know, it was hard times, man. I had to get some money. I had to freaking just get gas money, eat whatever it was. And I'm not proud to be like, oh yeah, I sold drugs, and I'm not ashamed either. It's an experience, man. It teaches you a lot about business, and it teaches you how to freaking read people. Okay, Danny Brown, the rapper from Detroit, the guy with the missing tooth, he was like, going to prison or going to jail really teaches you who you are, makes the real you come out. It shows your true colors. Well, selling drugs, similar too, you know what I mean? Like, it shows who you really are. You have to be quick, you have to be fast, you know what I mean? So I hung out with homeless people for a long time, and that's why I came up with this song called "On the Concrete We Roam." Basically, it's a song saying, I see the same faces every single day, and they're all begging for a handout. Who chose this person's fate? Why is this man standing on the corner asking for a handout? I see the same faces, I see the same people asking for handouts every single day. Who chose this person's fate? But in reality, it's the oneself. So that person either chose to take the drugs or give up on life, or I had a friend that lost his mother and his father You know, he's from Ohio. He moved out to California to chase the Hollywood dream. Handsome guy, you know, very handsome. And now he's in his 40s, and he's addicted to methamphetamines. He's addicted to drinking. You know, whatever is a vice, whatever's a quick addiction to get him off reality, you know what I mean? And forget about the past. So it's a song about all the experiences I collected from homeless people. You know, my thought on it, and anyone, it says that there's a break in the song and it says anyone could be homeless. You can lose it all. You can lose a limb. Okay, imagine losing a leg, what that would do to you, man. Like, some of these homeless people are amputees and they're missing a leg and they've given up on life. It's tough, man. Or even some of the homeless people have all their limbs, but mentally they gave up. Okay? Or their addictions are so strong that they're always, any money that they get, $2, $3, accumulates up to $10, and they go and they waste all that money on a hit of crystal meth, or they waste all that money on booze. I was on that path, okay? I was broke as fuck, no money to my name, going out there and buying booze, buying Hurricane, which is a beer, Earthquake, which was a beer that I don't even think they make anymore, Old English, no, not Old English, Steel Reserve 211, whatever I could. I couldn't even afford the fucking Budweisers and shit. I'd have to get the malt beverages, which are disgusting, you know, but you deal with it and you drink it. They call it bum booze or bum beer, which is malt beverages. Okay, so the content is very high in those alcoholic beverages to get you drunk and fucked up faster, you know what I mean? And they're gross. They're absolutely disgusting. But if you're broke and you don't have any money, what are you really gonna do? You're not gonna go out and buy the expensive stuff. You're gonna buy the cheap, disgusting malt beverages, you know what I mean? On the concrete we roam, it says, on the concrete we roam, the streets are so cold. On the concrete we roam, the streets are so cold, don't know where to call home. But this will mold me into a man, doing what I can, living this life without a plan, okay? So this is how a lot of the homeless people I knew were living. They were living without a plan. They didn't know what they wanted to do in life. So they were just like, on the concrete we roam, the streets are so cold, don't know where to call home, but it will mold me into a man, doing what I can, living this life without a plan. Those are some deep lyrics, man. I was in San Francisco, okay? So the band that I was in, we jammed at my grandma's house in the garage. And when my grandma sold her house, which was a good move on her part, you know, now she's living in Santa Cruz, we had to relocate up to San Francisco to practice. So when we went up to San Francisco to practice, we were in the Tenderloin, okay? So when you're in the Tenderloin district, there's homeless people everywhere, there's drugs everywhere. We'd park the car, and then literally over here there'd be someone selling drugs. Over here there'd be a bunch of homeless people, and then across the street would be a bunch of, like, you know, black people, Latino people, white people, all homeless. And I'll never forget, right where the door was for us to enter the jam space, okay, so you walk in and then you go up like 2 flights of stairs, there was a shit on the ground. There was poop on the ground, and then there was vomit right next to it on the ground. And I looked at that, and it's right there on the sidewalk in San Francisco on the Tenderloin. And then I look, and I said, damn, there's poo and there's vomit on the sidewalk, and everyone's just walking by. And that's when I came up with on the concrete we roam. That was so vivid and so disturbing in a way, but at the same time it was kind of beautiful at the same time, because I was like, wow, you know, just like what you see out here is what you get. It's tough, but there's some type of ugly beauty in it. You know, there's some type of ugly beauty, and to make music and to make art, you have to throw yourself in ugly situations. So basically, the poo, the vomit on the ground, on the concrete, on the sidewalk, made me come up with that idea for the song, On the Concrete We Roam, because it was so disgusting, but I was like, this is inspiring in a way. In some weird, disgustingly way, it was inspiring, and there we go, On the Concrete We Roam. The song didn't even really go that far, but Pablo likes it, And my cousin, who I'm in the band with, he said that that's one of the best written songs I've ever made. And I made it on GarageBand, 1 hour. I just put it together so fast, and it's not meant to be overly produced. It's not meant to be overly EQ'd and mixed and mastered. It's supposed to sound low quality because it's about homelessness. If I were to remake the song, which I will, but mix and master the shit out of it, like really good, it's gonna take away from the essence of that ugliness. So thank you so much, Pablo, for appreciating that song. It's a very, very deep song. It's meant to be a rap song with some heavy metal influences, but he said it was like a post-punk feel. I never really listened to punk rock ever. I like death metal, heavy metal, and underground rap, you know what I mean? So shout out to you, Pablo. Thank you so much, and have a good one, all right, guys? So Demise Music and Entertainment, thank you so much.